2013 comes to an end. I would like to read my speech from my Shine Bright Like a Diamond party. Looking back at my trials and challenges, you'd think that I would have given up a long time ago. But by the grace of God, my loving family and friends, your support and comfort have guided me throughout the last few months of this bad nightmare. The story I am about to tell you is one that will give you a better understanding of my life, my journey, and the ordeal that I went through a few months ago. This story is about overcoming, about forgiveness, and about love. At birth, I had to endure many surgeries as a result of my spina bifida. Spina bifida occurs when the bones of the spine do not form properly around part of the spinal cord. Although I was told I would only reach to the age of 20, God has allowed me to keep going. When looking back at my childhood, my mother served as my rock, my everything, and my blanket in times of ups and downs. She consoled me when I just couldn't move forward and challenged me to press on and never give up. I still clearly remember one of the most memorable moments with my entire family. That event was when we celebrated my 30th birthday. For me, this was a celebration of life beyond 20 years old. This was also special because I shared it with my dad, whose birthday is one day apart. That was the bond that kept us connected. As we fast forward to the present, some of you may be wondering what happened on that horrific night when my life almost ended. Although I don't want to go into details now, I encourage you to come forward and talk to me so that I can clarify any misconceptions that were thrown out in the media. Instead, I want to talk about forgiveness. I do forgive my father, despite the tragedy and what he did that night. My father has always been a loving man, a caring man, and a devoted man to his wife, children, and grandchildren. It is easy to point at the negatives about my father, but we also need to realize his history, his past, and his illness. To put it into context, my dad suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, after fighting in the Vietnam War. I can honestly say he was in a dark spot as a result of the stresses that came from fighting in war. I understood where he was coming from. I really do. At times he had the feeling that nobody was there for him as a result of his PTSD, and that the world had fallen into a dark place. Despite this darkness, I am here today to tell you that my father's light should and must always be remembered. Forgiveness is me giving up my right to hurt my dad for hurting me, and that is why I want my dad to be remembered for the genuine, responsible, nice, caring man that he was, even after my mother passed on. It opened his eyes to realize that he had the responsibility to do the things my mother used to do. Many times, I wonder if these responsibilities took a toll on his mental state, given that his role as a father became more like a mother as well. His duties were many, but his love still remained. And though my tears have long since dried, I am always crying deep inside for the man who was my father. Still, I stay determined to get better, and I manage to battle therapy every day after tragedy by staying true to my goals and getting better, and proving to myself that hard work and tireless commitment eventually pays off. Because of therapy and the wonderful staff in Fresno and Visalia, I was able to regain use of my arms, my hands, and voice. Without their help, I may not have been able to do what I do now. My sister was a loving, hard-working, and devoted mother, wife, sister, and friend. Big sister, my little eyes are watching her above. All she said and all she's done. My ears have listened to everything she said, and I am learning how to grow up to be like her someday. She was always involved in her children's lives with all of their school activities like all mothers should be. She will always be my brightest shining star. Big brother, I want to thank you for being by my side every step of the way. Yes, we've had fights, we've shed tears, and we've had moments that helped me here. You've loved me throughout life, and I want to thank you for being the best brother a sister could have. To my cousin Monica, thank you so much for taking on the responsibility to open your home and help me cope with the aftershock of what happened. You have been so loving, supportive, and welcoming. A responsibility you've done freely. Words can't express how much you truly mean to me. I love you, cousin. As much as today's special occasion recognizes me and my miracle from a bad nightmare, I also want to share this celebration with my mom, dad, and sister who are watching us from heaven. Although we can never recover the stone from after the throw, the word after it's said, the occasion after it's missed, and the time after it's gone, we can always remember the love, laughter, and light of those we care for deeply. I know that I have inspired many with the journey I've taken us thus far, but I want to let you know that I too want to thank you for the inspiration throughout good and bad times. And that is why I love and thank all of you today for the constant pouring of support and affection you've shared, both in person, over the phone, through Facebook, and emails. Your positive messages continue to keep my spirit up, retain my strength, and make me not give up on life, knowing that so many people truly care about me. And lastly, Father, I want to say that I love you, no matter what you have done to my family or to me. I know that you always love me in return, and that our family will be forever changed. But I forgive you for all the things that you did in the past, and even for the pain that was caused. I still love you, Dad. Happy New Year, 2014 Facebook family and friends.